Fairy Tail is back, and we actually start off with a small recap of everything involving Athena's story, but in chibi form. And is it me, or does chibi Athena look like a Pokemon? Straight up, she could be like Mewtwo's sister. It seems that everyone is able to follow the entire story up to the point where Vernus is a concept and not a dragon. And so Athena decides to explain it not in alchemy terms, but in sorcery terms. She compares it to enchantment magic, where Vernus's body is gone. It was apparently rotted away or destroyed or something happened to it, but he was able to basically enchant his will onto the Golden Owl Guild building. So basically, he's just a soul at the moment, and he basically planned on using Athena's power to destroy the other dragon gods. Obviously, Sting and the rest of the Sabretooth Guild are confused about this, because why would he want to do that? It's plainly revealed to them that, yeah, the dragon gods don't get along. They actually hate each other, and they're actively trying to usurp each other. This is all information we already knew. So Urza, of course, asked, how do we defeat it if it doesn't have a physical body, then? And Natsu's response is, with our fists, because, you know, he is an idiot and doesn't understand. Just like last time, Athena says, no, there is a way. It's just that I don't know what to do. If she hasn't really decided if she should do it or not, if she should try to get rid of Vernus. But then that's when everyone basically says, well, that's your choice. You're free. You can do what you want. So it's actually nice that they're not forcing her to basically help them defeat the dragon gods, because that was originally their plan. When they thought she was just a plain old weapon, was to just find Athena and then use it to destroy the dragon gods. But now they're basically giving her an option, because she does have feelings, she does have emotion, she's a living creature. And so Athena uses her free will to basically fulfill the goal that she was given 100 years ago. She decides she's going to kill Vernus. By the way, that hole in her stomach, holy shit, she is so lucky she's alive through magic and not through, you know, having organs and such. That's damn. That is a massive gaping hole. So Athena explains how to defeat Vernus, and they need two things. One, they need an enchantress, wizard, and then they also need a philosopher's stone. So what they do first is use an enchantment to remove Vernus's soul from the building, and then they create a philosopher's stone, which then gives a body to Vernus. And then after that, they go with Natsu's plan and beat the shit out of him. Because you could just create a new body from a philosopher's stone, I wonder why Athena never actually tried to get her hands on one earlier. Now this goal is actually very complicated, because what they require are two rare things. One, an extremely powerful enchanter, wizard, and two, the philosopher's stone. Now the enchanter wizard, they originally could have gone with Irene, but of course she's dead. In fact, and even if she was alive, Urza clearly still doesn't forgive her for what she did to Fairy Tail, so she just dismissed her own mother right off the bat. But she does point out that Wendy is just as powerful as an enchantress as Irene. Which is true. Irene has already confirmed that Wendy's a high enchantress. She doesn't have the magical capacity as Irene, but she does have the skill to do any enchantment spell. But Wendy's magic has currently been sucked out of her by the Duke. So Natsu just points out, okay, then we had to defeat the Duke, so we can then get Wendy back, so then she can use her enchantment magic to remove Varen's, well, soul. So part one of the plan has been decided. Fairy Tail will go after Duke and get back Wendy's magic. Sabretooth then volunteers to go after the Philosopher's Stone. Because this continent has so many alchemists, they figure they could just go to one of the many other alchemist guilds, and they have to have someone who can make a Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, it's not that easy. And so Fairy Tail with Jalal to go on marching towards back to the Golden Owl Guild. What doesn't make any sense to me is that they decide to carry Wendy along with them. I see no reason to do this, because they have teleportation thanks to Elsfina, so honestly, they're just taking a weakened Wendy around just so she ends up being a hostage at some point. I have no idea. This is just dumb. This is just dumb. They should just leave her with Elsfina. The first alchemist guild that Sabretooth visits, Butterfly Horn, which is such a weird name. I guess it's a kind of like Fairy Tail, so it's a butterfly with a horn. I don't know. The point is, they laugh at them and say it's ridiculous that anyone would even ask for a Philosopher's Stone. This thing is apparently high-grade alchemy that every alchemist wishes they can create. Apparently even Duke, who is considered the greatest alchemist in the continent, even he can't do it. As you can imagine, Sabretooth doesn't want to waste any more time and decides to leave, but for some ungodly reason, the Butterfly Horn decides to hit on Minerva in the most stupid way possible. and they are annihilated. Their guild is just destroyed as the rest of them are just walking out. Where they're going to find an alchemist who can make a philosopher's stone, I have no idea. Like, I have zero theories about this, because, let's be honest, alchemy is a very new concept of fairy tale. So the fact that they just got introduced, there's literally no character I can think of on the top of my head that would be able to do this. Yeah, that's a complete, I got nothing. I got nothing. Fairy Tail finally makes it back to the Golden Owl Guild. They decide to just leave Wendy on the side of the road with Happy and Carla, because why not? They bust down the front doors, and it's their guild hall. And every single one of their guild mates are there. Juvia does what she does. She jumps onto Gray, says she loves him, yada yada yada. Everyone's greeting everybody, wondering where Wendy's at. You know, being a friendly day at the guild. This is obvious bullshit. It's an illusion, obviously. The most obvious illusion ever created. I mean, seriously, you open up your enemy's guild hall, and it ends up being yours? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you even make a trap like this? Because it's that obvious. Apparently, somewhat works on the Fairy Tail crew, but for the most part, Joel just knocks them out of it. They all realize this is the enemy, and, well, they're basically surrounded now. So I'm just going to point out that in this exact same arc, they've already fought their entire guild already. Which means, if this alchemy allows the user to not just copy people, but their abilities and how strong they are, that would imply that they would have to fight their entire guild a second time in the 100 Years Quest. That's ridiculous. It's like every villain's strategy is basically to fight Fairy Tail with Fairy Tail. But most likely that this is just basic illusion stuff, and they're just going to be knocked away, that they're not actually as strong or have the abilities of the real Fairy Tail guild members, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. With that being said, the way alchemy is so freaking weird and can basically do whatever the fuck you want with, there's a high possibility they're about to enter a fun house. That's literally the only way I can describe how batshit crazy all these people are and their abilities and powers. But hey, once we get past all the craziness that we're about to see, we'll finally get some matchup. That'll be fun. Any predictions? Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Fairy Tail and other anime things. Thank you and have a great day.